Hello, my friends. Today is Wednesday. I like Wednesday because Wednesday is the day when I get the sermon information for church, the bulletin information for church, including the sermon title, scripture reading. Why does all this matter? Well, I designed the thumbnails for the service, among other things. So, let's get to it. So it usually comes in the form of an email, which I have now the sermon title. Now, I like to organize my sermon information into a document, which I call live info, because we live stream every week. So, the title this week, before we get into the thumbnail design, is Expect Great Things, Attempt Great Things. Now, I always copy them because I like to do as little typing as possible. I'm not lazy, it's just called efficiency. And so this is June 5. And that way this information can be copied and pasted to as many places as it needs to be. Okay, let me save that. Now, we're going to go into Photoshop. This is a new version of Photoshop, so it's giving me the run through. Create new. And I've used these settings before, so I'm just going to click into them. I'm not going to go into some other time. I may go over the settings in more detail. I really don't know how much interest there is in this, so I've already copied the sermon title, so I'm just going to paste it like this. Boom. Now, I see that's too big, so we're actually going to bring it down to, I'm going to do a custom size of 172. Now, this is pretty basic, and you're probably saying, well, this doesn't look like much of anything. And you're right, it does not. What I need here is some kind of specific detail which will allow me to make a thumbnail. So we're going to come here. I usually go for the scripture reading because that usually can give me an idea for what some of these sermon titles, they're meant to intrigue but not give the whole story away. But you kind of want not the whole story, but the gist of the story as a thumbnail designer. So, Psalms 81:10. And we will search. I'm using Bible Gateway and ESV. I am the Lord your God who brought you up out of Egypt. Open your mouth wide and I will fill it. Now, the first thing that comes to mind is actually the picture of a baby bird with its mouth wide open going, "Feed me, mama, feed me." I don't know how many of us want to see that. It is a cool image, though. I may start with that. Do small things with great love. I like that. That is not the subject for today, but we will go ahead and save that to the library. So, so I'm just going to go with baby birds really quick because, like I said, that's the first image that came to mind. And here it is, right there. It's always good to go with your first instinct. Okay. Honestly, they have these like teeth things in there. I like this one. So, okay. So now we come back over to Photoshop and we pick one of the bird pictures. Last time I did this on a trackpad, so it's gonna be interesting. Of course, this text is not readable in this color, so we're going to change the color. And this is the font I've been using, and I think we will align it to the right. And then we'll also change the size to the magic 172. Okay, let's try this one. Because this one I feel is a little bit clearer. There, I landed a perfect center this time. Okay, now... your mouths are wider open in this one, but it just looks really kind of gross. I suppose that's wide and not... It's not super wide like this. This one just might make people go, bleh, as realistic as it is. So, we're not trying to give people nausea as they look at the thumbnail. And this will also be on the big screen at church as well. So, I'll just go ahead and license this one. And what that does is gets rid of the watermark, amongst other things. There's something else we can do to make this visible. And that is duplicate the layer. And we'll put it up here. And then we will size it down because that's a thing we can do. Now, these are some custom-made graphics that I made from shapes. I took a triangle and I did the word highlight, and just so I wouldn't have to do this for every video, every time I do this, I gave it I made it into a graphic, and you can do that in here. I highly recommend making your own graphics if you have assets that you use frequently like this. Now we're beginning to see a problem with the design, and that is that the text overlaps the other elements, but we're going to go ahead and pull these in. No, shouldn't use too many colors, and if you are going to, good rule of thumb, if you're going to use a color, try to use one that's somewhere in the picture. It helps to not distract too much from the picture. So if we were to put bright green text like we did earlier, that would be a picture that's not a color, rather, that is not in the picture. And so we're going to come over here. I think I am going to use... I think what we will do then is get rid of the drop. No, keep the drop shadow and get rid of the color overlay. So then if we get rid of the small rectangle, then you can't see it so much. So there we go. Now white is a color that's already in there, so so this is acceptable, right? This. So we're going to export, as Photoshop has changed this on me, so I'm going to do this. Export as JPEG and Export. Okay, good. Okay, so 06, 05, and thumb. Okay. Okay, so we're going to hop back over here, and we're going to hit up Restream. Now, this is where that document we created earlier comes in handy. So I'm going to take that document, and I'm going to do that. Then I'm going to get the information about the speaker, and of course our social media information. Paste that. And give it the correct date because it's going to be the 5th and at 11 a.m. I went too far. 11:30, no, 11 a.m. We're going to upload an image, and that's where we will go to our folder and we'll upload the thumb. .605 thumb. There we go. Now you see it'll want you to crop it, but it's already the correct size, so when you hit crop it just does this. And then we come over here. And it says that I can add a destination, but I don't have a destination to add. So I think I'll just go ahead and create the event. And I like doing it this way because not only can you simultaneously stream to both platforms at once or more, as you can see there, but you can update them all at once. And that's really handy, so I don't have to go to YouTube and update and then go over to Facebook and update. So that is nice. Okay, it has saved. We can go ahead and look at the event just to be sure that we're doing all right. And there's another step that I must do. And that is to add it to the website. But for that, we're actually going to take the YouTube link because it's easier to share, in my opinion. So I'm going to edit the page. Publish, and hopefully it will publish it because last time it just told me, okay, there we go. Alrighty, well, thank you for joining me, and we'll see you in another video.